Yeah, and he's usually right on. The one thing about Mick, he's not going to, that's why conversations are so real with him. And he pushes them to the point where they say, it's called a fight or flight mentality in our weight room and the way we go about our business. You push someone to the point where they either conform or they don't. And it's the E plus R equals O. You try to put them in a most difficult, you try to put them in the second overtime against Penn State in front of 110,000. And you do that in the weight room. How do you do that? Well, there's creative ways of doing that. And it's the whole special forces training mentality that you create that bond, and that's what he does better than anybody in America.
Was that the turning point of this team, that same game, or was it
I mean, I personally, it was, because I know probably, and so our strength coach would say that too. There's been a lot of them along the journey, but that one, the script was written, we lost, and we didn't lose, and that's the sign. Yeah, 99.9999, you walk out of that one with a loss. Well, I don't want to, I got to be careful because I don't want to, you're talking about a family, you're talking about, to say that's why we win games, that sounds real superficial, and what it does, it strengthened already relationship to the point where I don't want to say it's inseparable, but I saw extreme growth of even closeness, but I don't want to ever say that's why you're winning games or something. I did, but once again, you got to be very careful what you go. That I saw a group of players, some more than others because they knew him better, that loved him as a teammate, and I think they got very close. But I also think that they saw how precious the blessings in life are. So don't miss one.
Coach, how much do you think about the pregame speeches?
A lot. Oh, I think not in a game like this. I don't think it means as much. I think it's for the 12 o'clock noon game against a team that you're picked to win by 3 touchdowns, and there's stuff going on. I think that matters more, and I think that's where I tell our staff all the time, we need to not necessarily cheerlead, but let's get some energy going in here. This is all going to be more about composure and assignment. For me to say, hey, this is a big game.
Given that you guys have been prepared for an Alabama team before, I think you use the term sledgehammer, and this team, I think, is more of a 180-degree difference.
How much more difficult is it to prepare? It's just a completely different approach to how you prepare. And it's more schematic because this is an east-west, and vertical, and it's all, so much is it about the 16. That's a big, that's we're hammering that home, and that's every 16 plays ready. Get your hand in the dirt, get ready to go play, and focus on your job. So it's much different preparation. I'm sorry. Yeah, we not some of them had to, and Adolphus Washington is a guy that even he felt like he had to. A lot of these guys are mature enough that they get it. I'm sorry. Oh, I hope it's the impact, and that's, I think, there's been a lot of things written over the years about maybe our approach, and you can ask a disgruntled player, but you can also ask people that aren't disgruntled, and I think that at the end of the day, I'd be disappointed if, say, what the genuine care for our players was there, and that's why we all coach. And if that wasn't the statement, then I'm not sure you're talking to the right guys. I think there's certain things that don't translate. Once again, I think it's an all-star team in the NFL. Your players are starting to get a little older, the wear and tear in their bodies. I've heard that because this conversation has been going on for quite a while. Alex Smith transitioned great. There's other guys that have transitioned great. There's been a lot of drop-back pro-style quarterbacks in college that haven't made it. I think to sit in a pocket is one of the most difficult things to do, especially against how good that defenses are nowadays. So it's certainly more of a pocket game than maybe in college. Although, our Cardell, because we have that kind of body now, we're a little bit more of a pocket team. So I think that's going to be a never-ending conversation. That was back probably years ago, too. It's going to continue because it is a different game. You're looking at an all-star. Every best player from every team is playing NFL. And they're mature guys. We got the 17, 18, 19-year-old that you got to find a way to win a game. And they get to pick their players, and if they don't like them, they cut them. We don't cut players. We recruit them, and we got them. I think this is the most improved offensive line from start to finish that we've ever had. First of all, excellent. The Keys are excellent players and a very good line coach. We'll if you make a mistake, make them on a D lineman because they usually can go over. You make a mistake on an O lineman, there ain't many places for them to go. They really they changed more before the championship game in Indianapolis. Now it's more. He's got it. He knows it. He's very mature. I watch closely. I think Tom Herman does a great job with him. I listen. I tell you, the changer was when he jogged off the field after the first or second series and said that one's on me. And I watch how he prepares. There hasn't been a lot of those conversations which maybe sound good. We just, it's more just here's what we have to do to go win the game. No, that's why they're having a lot of fun. It's kind of they are, and I think they truly enjoy. I don't think they love being around one another. Oh yeah, spring and summer. Yeah, spring we were awful. Bad team in spring, and then summer. I thought. Especially after the first couple games, too, that, I wasn't disappointed. I kind of knew it. Whenever you lose two juniors, and like I made the comment, we have 7 players starting in the NFL. Those are great football players. And anytime there's coaching transition, there's that void usually that you need to somehow overcome. And it's been pointed out to me several times that sophomore class really accelerated her development.